Hey guys, it's Coeval here again, coming at you with another fire commentary. And I've got a game for you today between Coeval and Usman899. And in this game, I've got the infection book, not the infection book, an infection book, and Usman's got a combat book. So let's get it started. Pretty flat map here. To start off. Oh, and I wanted to say I'm going to be getting everything I need for a mic, an external mic soon. So in the next couple days should have that, and my sound quality will be much clearer, and that'll make the commentary videos even better if that's even possible. So funnily enough, I gotta waste time for this turn because I spent 45 seconds trying to get up on that little part of the castle there and it didn't work. Even though I had glide, so I was kind of trolling him off the start. So I swarm. He arcane bombs, and this, no shit, is one of the most godly arcane bombs I've ever seen in my entire life. He arcane bombs, and it moves me all the way from over here, launches me all the way across the map, past the tree, and around to the side. And his 3 arrows from an arcane bomb all hit my swarm and kill it. And I've got no flight, so I'm screwed in terms of from a setup or compete for top control perspective. So what a crazy start by him. So at this point I've got no choice. I just got a tower. I guess I could summon a minion, but I already used Swarm. I don't really have anything that useful to do besides Tower. To add insult to injury, he pulls out the imps immediately. I have no aura. I don't have bones yet. Useless to, waste infection on 310 health imps, and I don't have it yet even. So I just say, fuck it, I'm gonna gate back up to the top, burn a glide, and just kind of live to see another day. And I don't think he can do much that's threatening at this point. 10 health imps are not that threatening, even though he can spread them out. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm not going to let him charge those imps for very long now that I'm on the top. That was the whole goal of teleporting, is if I don't, he's able to charge them for a turn or two and spread them out, and then infection doesn't become very useful. So he tries the arcane bomb there and just barely save that tip of that castle, saves me. And so I'm able to neutralize a bit of his momentum here, get a treat in, and I have top map control now. Which is cool how that just kind of totally flipped the script. Just one gate to the top with glide, and I'm able to, get top map control with back. So he summons a giant. I pull out the bones just to trap his minions, keep the control. And at this point, he does a pretty interesting move. He actually extends the arcane bomb. If you extend it at 45 degrees, then you're able to actually go through the tree. And he is able to clear a little bit more space than he would otherwise. So he's just trying to, get free so he can move around, maybe try to escape. So I get free from the imps, and I decide to develop a swarm. And I'm not too worried because I can't really free the giant anyway. Snowball spam me yet. The imps are so low. So I'm feeling pretty okay here. So he's doing some repositioning. Any comments? And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm an idiot. So it was turn 7, so he definitely had comment. I just totally forgot about it. And so I developed a swarm, leaving me wide open to get 120 damage comment to the face and my swarm's dead too. So I'm pretty much completely screwed. At least that's what I'm thinking in this moment. And I was pissed at myself because I forgot Comet, and he literally brought a Comet book. It says Comet right here. Or, not there. Yeah. I was pointing at my screen, and I was like, it says Comet right here. I pointed at Infection. But, yeah, I should know, and that should be on my radar, but it wasn't. So, I'm feeling a bit frustrated at this point. In hindsight, maybe I go down to this area. There wasn't ice at this point. You know, before he comments, I go down to this area and I summon a totem, you know, summon a Garg, something to, you know, protect me from the Comet. And then I don't have to take this 120 to the face. But it is what it is, so I have to adjust here. So I pull out the Dark Knight. One interesting thing I thought here is that, wait, can he just snowball me and try and take the damage from the Dark Knight? Maybe he doesn't die. And then when he doesn't die, snowball me again and kill me. I'm not sure exactly if that would work out for him. And at the beginning of the turn, first off, he tries to escape. And he gets really unlucky here. So I actually tested this in Sandbox, and you can actually get out. Not with this exact Blast from the Past, but I tried it. Maybe I did a slightly different angle. He's probably like a millimeter or two off, and so he couldn't escape. But, you know, if he escapes here, I'm just pretty much dead, or, you know, more dead than I already am. And it's really difficult to come back if he gets out. But I got lucky. He's still trapped. So he pretty much has to gate here. He does gate. And I'm thinking, okay, I've got to get out of here. I can't stay and get snowballed. And keep an eye on the Dark Knight. I know it's not in the game now, but I'm constantly trying to think of ways that I can free that Knight so that I've got some pressure on the field and it's not just a dead slot, you know, a Dark Knight sitting trapped in a hole. So I don't have much to do here because he has a glide on. So I decide to just develop something that exerts some pressure, so he has to kind of respond. I'm thinking, okay, he's got to kill it. He says, nope, I'm just going to snowball spam you, and that does over 66, which is pretty huge. So I say, you know what, I just got to drain, double drain. And at this point, by the way, since he used Comet, back, I don't know, maybe it was, I think turn 12. So he gets Comet back 1, 2, 3, 4 on turn 22. So I know that I have that long to chill at the top. So I try to chill at the top for as long as possible. My pretty much only option to stay in the game is to drain minions to counteract the snowball. He snowballs me again, I'm at 30. Really low. I try this Blast from the Past because I want to go hide on the side. It doesn't work, and so I really only have one option, which is to drain the Garg. And at this point, he has one turn till Comet, so he can't Comet me here. If he could, it's probably good game. Game over. So he just gets more damage out and charges his imp with the Arcane Bomb, does 30 damage to me, and his imp is 55, which, not a huge concern. I've got a glide on the side here, and just a note, if you guys don't know how to do that, travel to the side with glide, you don't want to be here in this area. It's too close. You're not going to glide all the way down. So you have to be, I don't know, past this ridge, probably I would say about 10 player lengths. So, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And I was a little further, but, you know, lower elevation, the Garg's a little bit lower than the hut. But you just need to be a good distance away from this ridge here. And then you just jump with glide activated, high jump. With long jump, it's a little different. I don't know the exact procedure or whatever. But anyway, I'm able to glide from jumping on this Garg, or jumping from this Garg, and I get down there and I tower. Pretty much my only option. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, I just need to summon minions. Just sit, do nothing, get a swarm out, get a totem out, get a Garg out, get everything out. And start to exert pressure that way. He has a pretty good plan. Gonna dig down with the Arcane Bomb, charges Imp a lot. He does the Arcane Bomb, and I do the bones, and I thought after the fact, I should have aimed that left, because then all these bones come down into this hole. Maybe 2, 3, or even 4 of them hit the Imp. One of them's going to hit Usman, and then I'm looking pretty good. So his plan here, I think, is to continue to dig down to me. He decides to tower first. Probably to prevent me from infecting, because infecting a tower is not really the best option in most cases. I develop a swarm, and then he does this little trick. You may be thinking, what the hell is he doing? It doesn't make any sense. Where is he lobbing it? What's going on there? Well, Arcane Bomb, it flashes at a certain point after 1 bounce minimum. So he's lobbing this Arcane Bomb to bounce it off the tree, travel way out here, and then the flash goes off around here, and his arrows kill my swarm. Unfortunately, when he lobs it, it hits that little lip on that tree and goes, back toward him. Doesn't make it to the swarm, and so the arrows just, hit the hut, and he kind of lost a turn there. So I get to bring the swarm up, and I'm trying to get some chip damage on the Imp, because it's one of the most threatening things on the board right now. So I move the Imp, get the chip damage on it, and here I'm again thinking, just gotta summon minions. Move the swarm back and forth, summon minions, force him to kind of respond. I decide to pull a Garg out here. Could also do totem. I don't know if there's a difference between totem or Garg here. Doesn't matter that much. He comments it anyway. And I just continue to bring the swarm up, chip the Imp, bring it back, summon a minion. Bring the swarm up, chip the Imp, bring it back, summon a minion. This is peak 60G content. We've just got swarm movement for days. So I get this totem out, and it's nice that he's burned Comet, so I don't have to worry about my totem dying. He tries to get his Imp over. Maybe he's thinking to, toss an Arcane Bomb with the Imp over here, and maybe kill the swarm and charge his Imp. Doesn't quite make it. After trying for 45 seconds as a true 60Ger does, and in fact doesn't quite make the Arcane Bomb lob either. It still is not so bad, because he digs down toward me. And that's progress, but still unfortunate, because now his Imp's at 17 health. It's pretty much a non-concern for me at all. I'm not worried about it. And he can't summon new Imps, really, because his Giant's down here stuck. He can't kill it. And even if he does summon new Imps, I can just, swarm them. So I decide at this point it's time to get my Dark Knight involved. So I free it. He goes for another cheeky Arcane Bomb play. The exact same thing happens as earlier. It hits that lip on the tree and goes back toward him. Unfortunately, frees my totem and my swarm, so now I'm actually in a pretty great position. I still choose to swarm the Imp, just as a safe, conservative, defensive Nicoré style play. And here I'm thinking I can do some elevator action. Let's check this out. This is true, as I said, peak 60G. For some stupid ass reason, I decide to move my totem, and I have time to finish this elevator, to move the swarm here, jump the DK up, jump the DK over here, move the swarm here, and then get the DK all the way up here and charge him. But I say, you know what? I need the totem. It makes it easier. Then I run out of time. so that's unfortunate. But I still have a decent move to, bones the tower. And now that was 3 bones on the tower, so he's at 60 health out of the 75 from the tower. So keep in mind the tower has 15 health left. That's something that I know at this point, and that I'm using to my advantage, or I'm hoping to use to my advantage. So I finished this elevator with the swarm, and the totem just sits there like an idiot under the blizzard, which I might notice. I don't know. Yeah, I do notice it there. And at this point I decide again, I'm just making a conservative play. Sure, I could charge him, but I'm kind of thinking at this point, maybe he doesn't realize that his tower has 15 health, and so if I act like his tower's full and I charge it, then I haven't actually won, because he still has 147 HP and he can, the game continues. So I decide to wait, I just kill the swarm, because I know I can swarm the tower anytime and then kill him. And he tries to free the giant, and then he goes for an arcane bomb here. He might not have known that his tower had 15 health. In hindsight, if he did, I would have just detowered and retowered. Another option would have been, does he have Ice Shield? I'm not 100% sure if he has Ice Shield in this book. Actually, he does, because it's a level 1 for Castle, right? So one option would have been to jump on to the Dark Knight and then Ice Shield to trap it. Obviously I have Totem, so that's only going to help him for so long. But at the very least, he could have just detowered and retowered to prevent his impending doom. He actually tries to kill the swarm here, and it would have been fine if he does kill the swarm, then the game continues. And in fact, I don't win. But because, he's got a couple bones that he has to get through, even though the flash goes off, some of the arrows aren't quite aimed. He does aim him at the swarm, but it just doesn't quite go his way. They get stuck on the bones in the Dark Knight. And I'm able to charge him for the win. And that was a pretty good game. One thing that I did want to mention that I didn't, let's see, on turn, was it like here? Oh no, this was when he commented me. It was when he started lobbing the arcane bombs later in the game. And one thing that he mentioned, yeah, right here. So one thing that he mentioned here is, instead of lobbing so many arcane bombs, first off, a great alternative would be to just keep dropping them down in this hole, charge his imp over and over, and my swarm isn't going to keep up with that. So he's going to have a 150 imp soon if he keeps lobbing those arcane bombs down there and just getting down to me. Or not lobbing, but just dropping them in this hole here. Or just tree this so that my swarm can't get up, and then I'm not able to chip the imp, and he can kind of do whatever he'd like. Yeah, okay, I have a totem, but tree's alive, so it's going to take 15 damage a turn. I can just swarm it, but he's delaying that by many turns. It gives him a lot of time to charge his imp, a lot more time to charge his imp. So that was something that he said, instead of lobbing all these arcane bombs, maybe tree the side, or keep throwing him down in this hole and charging his imp that way to give him a better chance to win. But yeah, as you can see, I was able to take advantage of the fact that the swarm didn't die, chip him for that 15, and then finish him with the classic Dark Knight charge, the way 90% of all 60 Gs end. So, alright, well, I think that's about it, guys. Thanks a lot for the support on the first commentary video. I received a lot of positive feedback, and I'll keep these going if you guys like it. Look forward to the new microphone. I'll have some great sound quality in the future. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one. Peace.